Question is, what's the remainder when 3 to the power 32 is divided by 50? We are going to use congruence modulo concept here. Congruence modulo means, say 15, if you divide it by 4, it leaves remainder 3. Then we will say 15 is congruent to 3 modulo 4. It's like that. That means if you divide 15 by 4, then remainder is what? 3. Or you can say 15 minus 3, it's exactly divisible by 4. So simply this is your congruence modulo concept, which is an equivalence relation. Now come here. In order to find out the remainder, so first of all, you just think of a number which is nearest to 50. So in this case, we can write down this way: 3 to the power 4 whole to the power 8 divided by 50. Now it becomes 81 to the power 8 divided by 50. Now if 81 is divided by 50, you will see remainder will be 31. It means 81 is congruent to 31 modulo 50. I mean to say 81 minus 31 is exactly divisible by 50. Now do one thing. Take a square, and it's a property of congruence modulo. If 81 congruent to 31 modulo 50, then 81 whole square or 81 square congruent to 31 square modulo 50. You can raise any power here. After that, just you do one thing. It means 81 square as it is congruent to 31 square, it is 961 modulo 50. Now you have to consider 961. Now if we divide 961 by 50, what's the remainder? That means 961 congruent to, and you will see if you divide 961 by 50, remainder will be 11. You will say it's congruent to 11 modulo 50. So congruence relation is an equivalence relation. Then 81 square congruent to 961 modulo 50. Again 961 congruent to 11 modulo 50. Then from these two, we can say 81 square congruent to 11 modulo 50. So 81 square means what? 81 square means 3 to the power 4. So ultimately you have arrived this step: 3 to the power 4 whole square, 3 to the power 8 congruent to 11 modulo 50. But you need 3 to the power 32. So raise the power in both sides by 4. That means 3 to the power 32 congruent to 11 to the power 4 modulo 50. Now we will consider 11 to the power 4. Look at here. 11 to the power 4, with this number we will now going to simplify. But before that, 11 to the power 4 not easy to calculate. Before that, it's 11 square is easier for you, that is 121. If you divide 121 by 50, then what's the remainder? So if you divide 121 by 50, then your remainder will be your 21, or let me write modulo 50. I mean to say 11 square is 121. So 121 we can say congruent to 21 modulo 50. It means if 121 is divided by 50, remainder 21. Or you can say 121 minus 21 is exactly divisible by 50. And 121 is nothing but 11 square. Congruent to 21 modulo 50. Now see, 11 square, but here it is 11 to the power 4. Now just raise the power by 2 or squaring both sides, you can say. So 11 to the power 4 you will get congruent to 21 square is 441 modulo 50. Now you divide 441 by 50 in order to get the remainder. So let me do it here. See, 441 congruent to, and if you divide it by 50, that is 441, then remainder will be 41 modulo 50. Let me write here. 441 congruent to 41 modulo 50. It means if 441 is divided by 50, remainder is 41. So 441 divided by 50, remainder is 41. Now see, its transitive relation 11 to the power 4 congruent to 441 modulo 50. Again 441 congruent to 41 modulo 50. So from this and this you can say 11 to the power 4 congruent to 41 modulo 50. So let me write here 11 to the power 4 congruent to 41 modulo 50. Now come to this step. 11 to the power 4. See, 3 to the power 32 congruent to 11 to the power 4 modulo 50. And you have come here 11 to the power 4 congruent to 41 modulo 50. So, final step. From here you can say, combining these two. 3 to the power 32 congruent to 11 to the power 4. 11 to the power 4 congruent to 41. So, finally, 3 to the power 32 congruent to 41 modulo 50. Now your question was, what's the remainder when 3 to the power 32 divided by 50? The remainder is your 41. So answer is 41. This is your answer. Means if this is divided by 50, then remainder is your 41. I hope all the steps are clear. Thank you.